So there's a new Digimon series out. It's called Digimon Beatbreak. It dropped in late 2025, and whenever a new Digimon show comes out, there's always the same big question. Is it any good? Is it worth watching? I've been seeing a lot of talk online about this one. Some people are saying it's the best Digimon has been in years, and other people are saying it's boring and they're dropping it. It's all over the place. So I binged what's out so far, and I'm here to give you the breakdown and help you decide if you should give it a shot. And don't worry, this is a no spoilers review. I'm not gonna ruin any of the big moments for you. Alright, so first up, what even is Digimon Beatbreak? Forget about kids getting sucked into a fantasy digital world, this is completely different. Beatbreak is a cyberpunk series. It's set in this kind of broken dystopian city where society runs on something called e-pulse, which is basically energy created from human emotions. Everyone has a little AI assistant called a Sapodama. The problem is, Digimon have started showing up and they literally feed on this e-pulse. When they get hungry, they can go on a rampage. Our main character is a teenager named Tomoro Tenma. He's got this rare type of e-pulse that messes with technology and attracts Digimon, so he's kind of an outcast. He ends up joining a group of bounty hunters called Glowing Dawn, and their job is to hunt down these rampaging Digimon for a big shady corporation. So right away, the whole vibe is way darker and more mature than what we're used to. So let's get into it. What's good about the show? What are the things people are really liking? First, the world and the tone. This is the biggest selling point. If you're tired of the same old Digimon formula, this is a huge breath of fresh air. The cyberpunk setting is awesome. You've got the super rich living in this perfect paradise structure called the Shangri-La Egg, while everyone else is left to fend for themselves in these run-down, flooded slums. The show does a great job of making the world feel lived in and broken. It's got themes of corporate greed, social inequality, and people becoming way too dependent on AI. And honestly, it's kind of scary how relevant it feels. We're living in a world where AI is taking over more and more jobs, where the rich keep getting richer, and where everyone's glued to their devices. The show takes all of that and cranks it up to 11. It's a Digimon series that actually has something to say about the world we live in, which is pretty cool. Second, it's a very character-focused story. This isn't a Monster of the Week show where the whole point is just to get to the next fight. Beatbreak takes its time. It's a slow burn. It really focuses on building up the main characters, their relationships, and their personal problems before it even thinks about big evolutions and epic battles. The team in Glowing Dawn feels like a real found family, and you get to know them and their individual struggles. And I think that's something Digimon has always done well, but Beatbreak really leans into it. It's not just about the kids and their monsters, it's about people who are kind of broken finding each other and becoming something stronger together. The leader Kyo is trying to protect Digimon in secret. The hot-headed girl Reina is looking for a family she never had. The quiet analyst Makoto is dealing with being cast out from his rich family. It's all about them, and the Digimon are a part of their journey, not just a power-up. And that brings me to another big plus. This is the first Digimon series that wasn't made just to sell a new toy. There's no new Digivice they're trying to push, and you can feel that in the writing. The story feels like it has more freedom to do its own thing, to focus on the plot and characters instead of having to hit a certain number of evolution scenes to sell merchandise. The animation is also really good. It's crisp, the action scenes look great, and the character designs are solid. The Digimon themselves look fresh, but still feel like they belong in the franchise. Gekkomon, the main partner, is this cute little gecko guy, and the other partners have these cool animal themes like red pandas and bats. They're not just rehashing the old designs, which I appreciate. Finally, you don't need to be a die-hard Digimon fan to watch this. Because the setting and story are so new, it's a perfect starting point for someone who has never seen Digimon before. It explains its concepts pretty well, so you won't feel lost. The show does a good job of introducing the world and its rules without dumping a ton of exposition on you. You learn about e-pulse, Sapodamas, cleaners, and all that stuff naturally as the story goes on. Okay, so that's the good stuff, but the show is definitely not perfect. And the things that some people love are the exact same things other people hate. So let's talk about the cons. The biggest issue for a lot of people is the pacing. When I say it's a slow burn, I mean it is slow. The show takes its sweet time with everything. If you're someone who needs action and hype moments in every episode, you might get bored. Seriously, the show set a new record for the longest wait for the main character's partner to get its first real evolution. We're talking like a lot of episodes before Gekkomon finally levels up. That's a long time to wait. For some people, that's a deal breaker. They feel like nothing is happening. But for others, that slow buildup makes the payoff feel more earned and emotional when it finally does happen. So it really depends on what you're looking for. Another common complaint is the tone. The show tries to be this serious, dark, dystopian story, but then it will suddenly throw in some goofy comedy. Like the show isn't sure if it wants to be serious or lighthearted, and the two things can clash and mess up the mood of a scene. And finally, some people have issues with the main character, Tomoro. He can be very emotional and a little reckless, and sometimes it feels like the main plot has to hit the brakes so he can have a moment and learn a life lesson. If you're not a fan of that kind of main character, he might get on your nerves. He's got a lot of baggage, and he's been an outcast his whole life. So he's got reasons to be the way he is, but it can still be a bit much sometimes. So, what's the verdict? Is Digimon Beatbreak worth the watch? Here's my take. If you're a longtime Digimon fan who is open to something new and different, I'd say absolutely, give it a try. The mature themes, the cyberpunk world, and the focus on character development are a really refreshing change of pace for the franchise. It feels like Digimon is finally growing up with its original audience. A lot of us who watched the original adventure series back in 1999 are adults now, and it's nice to have a Digimon show that feels like it's made for us. If you're a newcomer to Digimon, this is probably the best place to start in years. You don't need to know anything about the 25 years of history to jump in and enjoy the story. However, if you're someone who wants fast-paced action, cool monster fights in every episode, and that classic kids on an adventure feel, this might not be the show for you. The slow, character-driven approach is the defining feature of Beatbreak, and you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. There's not much in between. You gotta know what you're getting into. This isn't Digimon Adventure 2020, where you get a new evolution every few episodes. This is a different beast entirely. Personally, I'm really enjoying it. I like that it's trying something new and ambitious. It's not perfect, but it's one of the most interesting things to come out of the Digimon franchise in a long time. And honestly, after some of the more forgettable entries in recent years, it's exciting to see the series take a real swing at something different. Whether it lands or not, at least they're trying. So that's my take. If you've been watching Beatbreak, let me know what you think in the comments below, but please keep it spoiler-free for everyone else. I'm curious to see what you all think. Thanks for watching.